Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the number one most valuable real estate community in existence. Today's going to be a fantastic day, just as always. We're going to be dispoing some deals. We've got 6 properties under contract in like the last 2 weeks. Absolutely insane, absolute game changer with this new marketing channel. And I'm telling you guys, like the difference between doing the outbound marketing, the cold marketing, the SMS, the cold calling, and the inbound marketing where people are reaching out to you, they are searching for you, they need your help, is night and day. So I'm grateful to be in the position that I'm in today. And I'm grateful, to be able to share, this process and this journey with everybody in here. So we've got a couple deals on the board. I want to also share an opportunity that came across my desk in Arkansas yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, we put a property under contract for $8,000. Get this, the total purchase price is $8,000. It currently, as is, stands with a tenant in there paying $550 per month. Ladies and gentlemen, as it stands, there's somebody in there paying $550 a month. The average rent in that area is $1,000 a month. I cannot believe it. But these are the types of deals that you will find only if you are picking up the phone and talking to distressed, motivated sellers about buying their properties. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what a time to be alive. What an opportunity that we have in front of us. Guys, you have everything you need to be successful here at REI Rev. You've got the contracts, you've got the contacts. There's nothing that you don't have to be successful. So really take advantage of this opportunity. Take advantage of this room right here. You never know who's in the audience, who's joining us live. Make sure in that side chat you're letting people know who you are, where you are, and what you do so that they can reach out and work with you, ladies and gentlemen. Man, I'm excited. We are trying to stop a foreclosure today. A lot of stuff going on across the board. Last minute, I had a lender reach back out to me telling me that they wanted to see their name on that preliminary HUD statement from the closing attorney. And so this morning, I had to reach out to that closing attorney, which I already reached out yesterday, literally last second, pretty much begging them to get this done so that we can save the seller from foreclosure. I'm hoping that we can go ahead and get this done. They've gotten us that updated preliminary HUD. I've sent it to all of the parties that needed to have been sent to. And now we are kind of in limbo, waiting to see if we were successful in saving this seller. So I'm excited. I know that this market that this guy is in a really good spot. I'm pretty confident that this is at least a 20, 30K deal if we can get it sold. But this is going to be that first step, is to stop this pre-foreclosure and then to go ahead and get it listed with an agent. Absolutely insane what we can really do when their backs are against the wall and there is no other opportunity. There is no other option but to succeed. So I'm excited and I'm always grateful to share. And I want to really start to highlight, what the members of this community are doing. We had a member that was supposed to come on today. They're going to reschedule for tomorrow. But I really do want to highlight somebody in here that has really gone above and beyond. And I think that person in here might just know who they are. They need to reach out to me because it's about time for them to hop on a podcast. We need to chop it up and really tell the world what they have been up to. So if that sounds like I'm talking about you, you need to send me a DM. Tell me what your story is, and we need to run it up on a podcast ASAP. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the side chat here. We've got Mr. Pasha asking if anybody has Chicago buyers or Investor Lift Cartel. I'm on Cartel. If you want to list something on Investor Lift and it's actually a deal, we can run the numbers and it looks like a deal, I'm happy to work with you. In the event that you do want to get it listed, just shoot me a DM. I'm sure there are other people in here that would be glad to help as well. If there's anybody that wants to take advantage of this time to talk about a deal or talk about a lead, I'd be happy to do that too. We can get on the phone and call people. While we get to cooking, I'm going to take a look at the Google ads that we're running today and see, has anybody clicked on the ads? Where are the ads at for the day? What do the impressions look like? How much money have we spent? Really, that's the key leading factor here. It looks like we are at 4 clicks for the day. with 28 impressions, and my average cost per click is $16.56. So let's see if I've got any leads coming through. I'm surprised. Still have nobody filling out the form, but I am getting traffic to the site. So this is very interesting because I was getting like a form filled out every single time somebody clicked for a while. So there must be something going on with the website. I'm taking a look at it now. It's loading pretty fast. It's still the same. So we'll reach out and we'll see kind of what we could do maybe to optimize. But, you know, the best we can do is the best we can do. And there is kind of, oh, you were calling back yesterday. Okay. So I got a call from an individual yesterday that wanted to lend on one of the deals. We got a lot of deals in the pipeline, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting one. I had an agent go out to one property yesterday to go and take photos. It's under contract for just $20,000, and as is, we're going to list it for $47,500 on an ovation. I'm telling you, if you haven't already implemented novations into your business model as an acquisitions process, you are leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table. Literally. Probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on your volume, deal volume. Victor's asking, yo, John, should I switch to inbound even if I haven't closed any outbound deals? So the reality is, man, you really need to get the experience of talking to sellers and framing your sales calls and your sales pitches before you start really paying a lot of money for these leads. Because if you don't know how to handle these leads and you go into these sales calls and you're not, capable of converting them, it's going to suck because it's not going to be the leads that are bad. It's going to be really you being the closer. I'm not saying this you, I'm saying anybody. This would have been me if I was just getting started and I didn't have any experience really talking to sellers. It depends on how confident you are. If your main bottleneck is that you feel like you don't have enough motivated sellers to talk to, that's where I would really suggest the inbound marketing, the PPC, right? Positioning yourself in a place where people can find you. People that need you can find you. That's what I would suggest. But if you haven't gotten the reps and you haven't talked to a seller, if you haven't made any calls, definitely not a good idea to be spending money and trying to close them by yourself. Now, if you're in a position where you have money, you don't have time, and you just want to spend and invest your money to get a return, reach out to a closer, okay? Be very careful because it very well could happen. There are a lot of people that try to impersonate revolutionary members. They will reach out with all sorts of bogus opportunities. We won't ever reach out to you out of the blue. I got to make sure that we reiterate and stress this enough. No one from REI Rev with a gold check or blue check is going to ever just out of the blue reach out to you and ask you how you're enjoying REI Rev and then try to pitch you crypto. We already know that you're enjoying REI Rev. REI Rev is the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. Without question, we already know that, right? We already know everybody's enjoying, okay? So be mindful, be very wary of the people that reach out and always confirm, trust, but always verify. Never send money to anyone outside of escrow and always confirm in the Discord. I also have a card in my profile. It links to my phone number. It links to my Instagram. Make sure that you are in contact. Never send money to anyone, especially if you've never been on the phone with that individual, okay? And they're just posing to be somebody else. Always got to verify who you're doing business with. But that's my suggestion. If you're in a position where, you have money, and let's say, you see that wholesaling is a great business model, it's a great opportunity. Maybe you're in a position where you have a job that's steady, you have a solid career, and you're not really looking to get into sales and doing this off-market acquisitions. You're not looking for that switch. Work with somebody who's already crushing it and offer to cover their marketing spend in exchange for a return on the deals that they close. I'm telling you, that's an incredible opportunity, super slept on. You're going to find insane talent that's in here already. I was just on the phone yesterday with the guy, and he was telling me we were already underwriting a deal, and he was telling me, yeah, man, I got plugged in, to somebody that was spending, thousands of dollars in their inbound marketing, and we've locked up like 20 contracts. And it's like, that's the type of opportunity that a good sales guy needs, is just more inbound volume, more leads, more people to talk to. It's not always that they, need much else. They just need more people to talk to. And you got to ultimately get in front of the motivated people by paying to be in front of them. Diego wants to know about the novation pitch. Talk about how I pitched the novation. So that's a great question. Let me see if I have a lead that I can call right now, because it's always one thing to talk about it, but it's one thing to talk about it. It's one thing to role play it out, but it's a whole nother thing to do it live, right? And so that's what I've been doing. I've got a whole bunch of replays. I'm gonna try to go back and pull one up that I put it under contract live for everybody to see in Indiana. But I mean, I really don't try to stress that I'm going to be marketing this property, this and that. They're aware that I'm going to market the property, but I ask them casually, hey, well, if I can get you what you're looking for in a timely manner, do you have any problem with me marketing the property? Maybe I can get a partner to come and fund the deal with me. No? Okay, perfect. Just sign here. It's literally an extra step, one extra tap of a box on a DocuSign. The seller doesn't care. You've got to focus on finding the right person, and also making your process simple enough that they don't feel confused and they don't feel like they're getting taken advantage of. They need to be able to trust you and trust that they're doing business with the right guy. And I know Diego is a great guy. He's a real great, personable person. He builds amazing rapport. So that's certainly not a problem for somebody like Diego that can talk to somebody, understand their situation and offer a solution. But for everybody else maybe that's just getting started, that's really what you've got to focus on. And so Diego's saying he's not a big fan of the white glove approach. And I completely understand that. I personally don't pitch the white glove approach. I know that it works. And obviously they're getting incredible results. We love Rich. Everybody has a different way to talk to people, right? Sometimes that white glove service makes the most sense for people that are trying to pitch it, and it makes the sense for them. They can correctly convey what they'd like to do to the seller using that pitch, and by all means, that's an amazing pitch. It converts, it's fantastic. Use that if it works for you. But if you feel more comfortable explaining it in a different way, figure out what way works for you. That's another thing that's so beautiful about sales, is there's no definite script that you have to follow. Like, there's no definite contract that you have to use that's only legal and binding if you use this specific contract. Whatever you can get two people to sign and agree to is legal and binding. So always keep that in mind. Whatever you're saying to a seller is whatever you've got to say to make it digestible for them, all right? They don't need to worry about everything that you're going to do. Like I said, you don't go to the doctor's office and ask the doctor exactly what tools are you using. Is that a stethoscope? What are you putting in my ear, right? Like, you don't ask the doctor questions. You sit there, you tell the doctor what's going on, and then you let the doctor go to work. You don't go to the 5-star hotel's kitchen and start berating the chefs and asking them about their recipe. You sit your ass down and you order from the menu and you enjoy what you eat, right? You don't go there and try to see, well, what is their process? I gotta know what the secret recipe is. This steak is so delicious, I've got to know. You just order, receive, and enjoy. Like, that's the process, guys. We're offering convenience to these people. You have to find people that are tired. They don't want to deal with it for whatever reason. And I'm going to list off a couple of reasons why people might be motivated to actually work with somebody like us. And number one is health. They've been going through something. I just spoke to a gentleman yesterday. He claimed that he had the coronavirus and he was on his ass for like 8 months, almost died multiple times. They got this whole story about what's going on in their life and why they can't go about selling it with an agent. They come up with all sorts of different excuses. Well, I don't like real estate agents. I had a negative experience with an agent, this, that, and the third. And that's perfectly fine, right? That doesn't matter. What does matter is that we can help them, okay? Is that we have a solution for them and that we can offer them exactly what they want if we understand what it is they're trying to accomplish, right? So instead of positioning ourselves and trying to inform these sellers on everything that we're going to do, let's listen to what the seller really wants to happen, what the seller is looking for, the type of convenience the seller needs, help them paint the picture for what process they'd like to go through, and then deliver that, right? You go to the restaurant, you've got the waiter or waitress coming out, and they ask you what you'd like to eat. Okay, you tell them what you want to eat, okay, and they bring it to you. That's the position I want more people to really be in. You are assuming the position of a waiter or waitress when you're speaking to these people. Let them tell you their order, and what does their order consist of? Their order consists of, this is my house, these are the specs, this is the price that I want for my house, this is when I want to close, this is how I want it done, okay? You say, okay, perfect, with pleasure, and you go and you make that happen, right? That's what's been working for me, and that's what I would suggest everybody else to do, is not focus so much on this pitch, because the pitch really isn't as important as building a rapport with somebody who needs you, who needs your help. And really what's most important is finding somebody that needs your help, right? Because the people that need your help, they don't care what they got to do, right? They need your help. You're the expert. So you don't need to always tell them exactly step by step what the process looks like, as long as you're being upfront and honest and setting realistic expectations for timeline, disclosing that you will market the property, right? But you don't need to get into detail about, oh, well, I don't have money. Yeah, I'm actually a wholesaler. I've never closed a deal. I've never bought a deal myself. I don't actually buy properties. Yeah, you could buy properties. If you brought a property, an opportunity to anybody here in REI Rev that was an actually good deal, I'm positive that somebody in here would want to lend you the money. I'm confident in that. Why? Because I've got good deals, and I have people that work with me that want to lend me the money for return, okay? And if you talk about your deals the same way that we talk about our deals in the chat, in the upcoming website that's going to be released here soon, on the marketplace, in this side chat of this very live stream, you are going to position yourself in a way where the people that can fund those deals will be reaching out to you. So get this mentality of, I might not be the one to close, is going to be a problem for this transaction out of your head entirely. Because it doesn't matter who's going to close on the property, whether it's you, a partner, and most importantly, it does not matter where the money is coming from, okay? The money doesn't matter. You think that all these buyers, these end buyers, are coming out of their own debit account, $500,000, $300,000, $100,000, $80,000 to buy these properties? Absolutely not. They are working with lenders who have money, that don't want to do anything with real estate, but have a bunch of money that they want to get a return on, and they're willing to lend that money in exchange for a monthly payment with interest every single month. Those are the types of people that are lending money, okay? And the end buyer is not going to be thrown off by saying, yes, I'm not going to be the one to come out of pocket $80,000 when I can go and put down $8,000 to $10,000 with my private money lender, and he's going to cover the rest. And they're not disclosing all of that to the seller, and really, the seller shouldn't care anyway. The seller's getting what they want. It doesn't matter. They're walking away from the transaction after it's done with what they want in their hand, okay? So let's not focus on the nitty-gritty about how we're going to get access to this money, okay? You don't even need to have money in America. You just need to have access to it. And if you can build the relationships and the connections that you can in this very community to get access to that money, if you can get a credit card, if you have good credit and you can go and get access to that money, if you have some way to get access to that money, that's all anybody cares about. When everybody's going to the store and they're buying their groceries with a credit card and it's not coming out of their debit account just yet, you're using the bank's money, is anybody stopping you if you've got a receipt leaving the store? Absolutely not, because they don't care that you use the bank's money to buy your groceries. They care that that money is in their account, okay? So let's really focus on that. Let's really think about getting that whole obstacle out of our brains, not worrying about where this money is coming from, just knowing that we are going to get that money in your hands by the closing day. So hopefully, that can really help a lot of people. But really, ladies and gentlemen, lean on this community. When we say that you have 20,000 partners to reach out to, there are almost 20,000 people in here that are willing, ready, and able to help you, okay? Let's take a look at what's going on in the side chat. Looks like somebody in the chat. I did boots on the ground work for somebody in this community, went to the home, talked to the seller, took pictures. Also put up money for the EMD then got ghosted post-closing. Wow. Is he shit out of luck? Listen, man. This is why you can never do anything outside of title. Never do anything out. Never pay anyone outside of escrow. Doesn't matter who it is. My closest boys, all right, my best friends that I met in this Discord, we always put everything on writing. Not because we don't trust each other, but because we know it's the title company's job to break the bread for us, right? We know that. So we got no problem putting anything in writing. It's not a matter of trust. Do we trust this person or not? That's just the process. That's just how this works. This is how business works. You always got to put everything in writing. And so reach out to us to see, who this individual is, especially if it's somebody that's active in this community. We're going to make sure that, they don't have any sort of leg to stand on here anymore, because we don't want to see that ever happen again. But it always goes back to what we were just saying earlier in this call. Trust but verify. You've got to make sure that you are on top of everything in this business. You never know who you're doing business with. And we have a really great way to keep people held accountable. But at the end of the day, you've got to make sure that everything that you agree to verbally is in writing. This is exactly what we tell sellers. And if we have that same expectation for sellers, why wouldn't we have that same expectation for members of the community? Right? That's just how we conduct business. So never feel ashamed to ask somebody to put whatever it is you want in writing, because that's what holds you to legally binding. Not out of a trust thing. Yes, trust is involved, but out of instruction to the title and escrow companies. Very important. Don't ever just trust a buyer to pay you outside of escrow, outside of title. Always get your agreements in writing, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, Adrian, go ahead and please send me that individual's name, and we'll go ahead and take care of them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a terrible, terrible offense to get banned from REI Rev. Absolutely career changing, for sure. Especially if you don't have a network and you lose access to be able to collaborate with the people that are a part of this amazing community. It's over. But in the meantime, we got about 5 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen, to really get ourselves ready for this upcoming day. I'm excited. I'm going to be hopping up on the phones. I'm going to be making some calls. I was just talking to somebody yesterday about all of these leads that I've got in the pipeline. I had a seller reach back out to me yesterday, and that's how you know that individual is motivated. When they reach back out to you, if anybody is in Knoxville, Tennessee, or has buyers in Knoxville, Tennessee, or buys in Knoxville, Tennessee, fix and flips, anything like that, I want to work with you. I have a very hot novation lead, and this is a traditional novation in the sense that you would come in and actually do the repairs, and I need somebody to come in and do the repairs and partner with this lady to fix this house. Fantastic. Looks like we got a couple people. Senor Vaquero, I will reach out to you, sir. And it looks like Mr. Nate is doing a deal in Knoxville right now as well. So if anybody else has some buyers, happy to work with you all. Happy to talk about our opportunities. Somebody better pop up here and tell us about what's going on, because we got about 40 people joining us today. In the side chat, I want to know how many of us have closed 3 deals or more. I want to make sure that everybody in here that is a closer has that closer tag. So let us know if you've got 3 deals under your belt or more by typing in that side chat. And I want to make sure that we can get you that closer tag, because every closer in here needs to be recognized and highlighted. We want to start to truly highlight the members of this community that are closing deals. We got Mr. Santiago. Mr. J is almost there. He's closed 2 so far. Let's get that third one. Mr. Sebastian. Of course, Mr. AB. Fantastic. One of the updates that I wanted to share with everybody is for tomorrow. Today is Thursday, so for Friday, we're going to be changing the event day for the commercial wholesaler that's coming in. I'm going to share that event here, but I'm going to edit the day. We're going to move it for Friday. We're going to have him come on Friday. And this guy, he's doing some big commercial deals, and he's transitioned from the single family residential space to strictly commercial real estate. And if you or anybody you know is interested in learning about commercial real estate, this is the guy that we're probably going to be learning from. We're going to bring him on tomorrow, and we're going to break down his story and understand, how he got into the position that he's in today. He's going to be speaking. He's going to these different events with big names. And so I'm always excited to sit down with people that are actively pursuing the business, especially at a high level. And there's always something that you can learn from somebody. So definitely tap that interested button and make sure that you're signed up to get a notification for when that event goes live. So he's not a land developer per se. I'm not sure exactly if he does any land development. He's mostly focusing on wholesaling commercial deals, wholesaling commercial real estate deals. But ladies and gentlemen, this is by far the #1 most valuable real estate community in existence. If you haven't already, please take this opportunity, okay? You can catch the replays of not only these live streams, but also the other streams that we've had throughout the entire week, the sales calls where you actually see us, see me, get on the phone, talk to sellers, and have them sign on the dotted line live. Go to our YouTube at REI Revolution and sign up. Make sure that you're subscribed there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll also drop the Instagram. We're going to get more on Instagram at REI Revolution on Instagram as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited because we're making progress on the website. I've hired a developer, and we are working on it day by day. It is coming together, and so I will have something to show for it here soon. I recently saw, I won't name any names, I recently saw somebody in the Section 8 space talk about another Dispo platform, and they've been on the podcast before, and I just found it interesting that a lot of these big names, a lot of these big brands that people see aren't really doing the same level of stuff that we're doing here, and they're charging people thousands of dollars just to get through the door, okay? So listen, don't sleep on this opportunity, especially if you know somebody that would benefit, whether that's a buyer, a flipper, an agent, anyone that's actively pursuing real estate in any capacity. This is that platform that they want to be connected into. This is that opportunity that they don't want to miss. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have a fantastic day and that we can get this day started off right. We will catch you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. And until then, take care. Bye-bye.